Do you remember times tables? If your child is using one, throw it away and help them become a skilled gamer at math. Welcome to Homework Aids. My name is Susan Guerrero. I've worked with children for 20 years. I've seen children sent to the back of the room to work with the times table chart because they didn't know multiplication. Follow this lesson and I will show you how to teach your child to code and learn multiplication in 5 minutes. You want to help your child win like a gamer. Gamers aren't discouraged or punished when they fail. Repetition improves their skills. They have their peers to encourage them to try again. There isn't one right way to succeed. They try every way until they do it. The goal is to get to the next level. It's a perfect environment. Coding sets a player up for success. In the same way, a child's brain can be coded to take certain actions. This is the first step in coding, like using a weapon in a game. We train the brain to look for codes such as number combinations. Combine numbers like combining movements to use a weapon. In the mind, how they think about the multiples determines the answers they come up with. Calculations happen in the mind at rapid speed like movements in a game. This sequence eases the learning curve. Repetition and memorization is the key. In order to play the game, you have to know how the game is played. Visual props help memory. Show your child the set of 9 multiples for 1 on the left and for 3 on the right to make the connection. As they begin memorizing in their mind, they will figure it out. Now your child is ready to start memorizing. Don't worry about the multiplication yet. No calculation is necessary, just good old-fashioned memorization in threes. We start with the first row on the right, repeating 5 times gets it in their heads. 3, 6, 9. All they're memorizing is the numbers. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. They'll get it. Once they have the memorization down, it clicks in their head that the multiples equal the numbers they memorized. When you ask what is 3 times 1, they automatically know it is 3. 3 times 2 equals 6, and 3 times 3 equals 9. They see the positions and the multiples just in their head. All they need is 3 blank squares, and they already know where the numbers go. Make sure they have it down by asking them to write the answers in the empty boxes. Then erase the answers and mix up the sequence to make sure they aren't relying on the order. Say something like what's 3 times 3? They'll go to the third box, which is 9. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6, which they already calculated before. Now it's just showing how they can mix those numbers up. They should have it down in 1 to 2 minutes. Now we do the same with the second row. Repeat 5 times. 12, 15, 18. 12, 15, 18. 12, 15, 18. Repetition increases skills. Memorizing the answers first, then connecting with the multiplication equation becomes automatic. 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 times 5 equals 15. And 3 times 6 equals 18. Remember to use the blank squares and ask them in random order to get it down with confidence. Now do the same with the third row. Now that they have memorized each row, test what they have learned. First ask them in order, what is 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, etc., using the boxes to help them gain confidence. Now test how well they learned. Ask them randomly, what is 3 times 5, and point to the fifth box. What is 3 times 3? And point to the third box. What is 3 times 8? And point to the eighth box until all the squares are filled up. Point to the position of where the answer should be. The visualization is key to help them remember. They will be amazed they just learned 9 multiples in 5 minutes. They will want to do it again. Codes allow you to determine what weapon or tool you will use to help you in a game. Likewise, codes show ways to use the numbers to help them come up with the answers. Take code number 1, for instance. Don't look at the multiplication, look at the numbers. What are the patterns? With the multiples of 5, the pattern is 5050. Odd numbers end in 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35. And 5 times 9 is 45. The even numbers end in 0. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 6 is 30. And 5 times 8 is 40. They will use these later to help memorize. Code number 2 has multiples of 9, which all add up to 9. If you notice, 9 times 2 is 18, and 1 plus 8 adds up to 9. So 9 times 3 is 27, and 2 plus 7 add up to 9. And 9 times 4 equals 36, and 3 plus 6 equals 9. So when they get used to looking at this, this could be very beneficial to help them remember the multiplications. Remember, the object is to memorize. Now we have some tools to help them in bringing those numbers up. The bigger the number, the harder it gets. Codes help them remember. Code number 3 reminds them to associate the squares with the numbers, as in 3 times 4, 3 times 5, and 3 times 6. Odd numbers like 3 times 5 equals 15 end in 5. This helps them to figure out a number when they can't remember what it is. Code number 2 helps them remember the 9th number, as the multiple of 9 adds up to 9. Encourage them to use any way that works to remind them. Gamers learn as they go. They figure out what will work for them to get to the next level. Codes are to help if your child gets stuck. It jogs their memory, like code number 4. If they forget 6 times 6, they use 6 times 5 equals 30 and add 6 to it to get to the next square for 6 times 6, which equals 36. Code number 5, in looking at patterns, they may see that the first number of each multiple of 7 follow an order of 2, 3, 4 in the second row and 4, 5, 6 in the third row, which can trigger their memory for the answers. One part of a number is sometimes enough to help them out. Or in multiples of 8, the second row is easy, adding 8 to each. 32 plus 8 is 40, plus 8 more is 48. Memorizing in threes is keys. Coding does help. Your child will learn 9 factors in 5 minutes. Repetition helps it stick. Take 5 minutes every day and they will have multiplication down. Now watch their confidence skyrocket. I have watched struggling 4th graders ask me to show them another after getting a set of multiples down in 5 minutes. With a quick win, they will want to do it again. This is just the beginning. Follow my Facebook page, 5-Minute Homework Aids, to see more videos. And let me know how they go for you, if you've tried them out, and how your child has responded to that. Next is 5-minute spelling. Watch for that.